Hello everyone, welcome to Plumbob Cubed. I'm Grace and we are back with another CAS video. I see that the last one I did of the Robinsons did really well, and I thought that this could be a really cool concept since it's working along customizing and adding like Deery Meadows to be my own custom save file. I did not make the world, Sim Reality made the world, and you can go download it in the description below. See, I know what I'm talking about. So we have this sim here, which I'm going to name Grisel. And the idea with this household is that she's a wannabe goth. Like, as you can see, her roots are not black, but the rest of her hair is dyed. I thought that maybe her hair died out, and it's because, well, her hair grew out after she dyed it, and it's because in her story, she actually was in jail. And her partner, who will be created in a little bit, was her cellmate, and they ran out together. And so the idea of this town is that everyone wanted to leave the town wanted to leave their hometown for whatever reason, and they wanted to leave theirs because they were runaways getting away from the law. One of the problems I've discovered with doing this is that I am building the town, like the buildings, as I go, so I really wanted her to be like a grave worker. I thought that would be so much fun. My problem is I don't have the graveyard built yet in this world, so I wasn't able to give them the jobs that I would have preferred to, so I'll have to go in and do that later. However, I also noticed that in her original design she was very like fully clothed, so I thought that I kind of want to like respect that and kind of like keep her more clothed and, how do I want to say this, modest, I guess, not necessarily modest, but I chose to like keep the same top but just change the design of it. And I also chose to give her jewelry that was a dark red rather than just going for her favorite color, which is black, just because I thought that'd be fun. And I noticed that she was wearing a ring. I was like, oh, what does this mean? Because whenever I see a ring on my Sim's fingers, in my head they're single, and then once I see a ring I'm just like, well, I guess that means that they have a partner. So her ring is also that dark red. It's just a promise ring at this point because her partner is going to be like, they're engaged right now, they're not actually married. And I kept trying to go for a modest look, so I'll go back to that dress that we had on for her formal, and we're going to like put on gloves to kind of have her more covered up. I do not know the exact rules of like religions that want you covered or anything like that, so I'm not saying that she is part of that. I'm just saying that she prefers having her body covered and more modest. At this point, I decided to really go into kind of like an emo theme or a goth theme. Her favorite color is black, but she's going to be wearing dark reds, while her partner is going to be wearing dark blues because her partner's favorite color is blue. I can remember things and I can say things. The swimsuit was the hardest part of making these outfits because there aren't a lot of modest swimsuits in The Sims 3. There's just 2 in just base game, but once you get Island Living, you can definitely go ahead and get a full body. So I named her Grisel Portia because it means goth things, and I looked up goth names, and Grisel means dark battle, while Portia means something. This is her partner, her cellmate, and we're going to name her Bellona. I forgot what that meant already, but it meant like evil something, and I was like, she's not evil, but I just really liked how the name sounded, Belladonna. It looks beautiful, so that's what we decided to go with. And so we went back to Grisel to like check her eyes and make them all unique colors. And I'm not sure if I did that for her eyes because I'm very notorious for forgetting things. But I do like trying to customize each and every single part of my Sims, which is why we are playing around with her hair right now and making it like a realistic black, not just... One of my friends when I was younger said, oh, my hair's not black, it's a dark, dark brown. And so I guess that kind of applies to how I play The Sims. I'm just like, if it's a natural hair color, there isn't really such thing as there's no such thing as like pure black. It's just a dark, dark brown. So because whenever I'm doing natural hair colors, I always have to go into the brown and get a dark brown to be my black hair, just to make it more like realistic. At this point, I considered putting lipstick on her, but I decided not to. I decided the makeup is more for Grisel because her Sim already came with makeup on her face. At that point, I just checked our lovely Sims here favorite color. This is Belladonna. I totally remember that. And I decided that I do want to give her like that matching theme with her significant other, but with blue instead of red, which I thought was really cute. And here we're just scrolling through what is the most modest pants type, which The Sims 3 didn't really have. I do ultimately decide on these jeans, and I decided to give them like a tint because I think that would be like cute. And yeah, this is where we go in and we give her a promise ring, which is the same type of ring as her significant other. It's just dark blue instead of dark red, and I always save it in my little list of few things since it makes it easier for me. Also for Grisel, I did put a little tattoo on her neck. I know that it came with Supernatural of like different vampires, but I decided to change it to be for her, maybe like she got a tattoo in jail. So this is when I realized that the hairs for Bellona weren't locked, and I ultimately decided just to lock it to make it easier because I do not want to go through each and every single time and fix the hair. I know that it's kind of nice and gives interest to it, but I do not have that kind of patience. So we gave Bellona like a nice, cute formal outfit. We gave her gloves to kind of cover her a bit more, and we're doing, again, the kind of more covered look. We always, whenever they have long sleeves under a t-shirt, I do the emo look because I feel like it's a classic and it makes sense and it looks somewhat good. Again, we put her ring on to make her feel special, and then we go ahead and cover her up in her swimsuit again just to make her more modest, since that's kind of how these Sims presented themselves to me. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make them modest. I decided that she wants to be a crossbreeder, and so she needs to go into the science career, but I also have not built the science in the game yet. I was thinking about giving them a child, possibly like this teenage emo girl. I thought like, oh, it could be cute, maybe they adopted, because I hadn't really figured out their story yet. But ultimately, I just decided that they're not at that place yet, and I decide not to go ahead and have this be a part of the household. So we go ahead and check them off here, we make them fiancés, and then we put them in the world. So I did not edit this part out because I'm not smart, but basically I have to build a wall just to be considered a house. And then I went in and we started, oh no, it didn't immediately be paused. I will fix that when we come to the save file. And I first decided to fix their relationship. Yeah, so I made their relationship like an 80 or 75 just to increase it. And then we went through and started adding skills. At this point, I still wasn't exactly sure what their story was, so I didn't give Grisel an athletic skill. I accidentally hit my keyboard. That very much startled me. I was like, no. But I will go in later and give her an athletic skill, thinking like, oh, she helped dig out. I gave her a small charisma, even though she's more of a loner. I also gave her guitar, since she is creative. I thought that it would just like go well and make sense. Their Kama Sutra, I gave both of them of a level 4, just because I thought that like it'd be cute and they're a dedicated couple, and I just kind of like that. She also got the logic skill, and this is when I started making their, what do you call it, memories, because I do like adding memories. At this point I was like, okay, I was thinking like, you know, just like got out of jail, but then I was like, oh, you know what's more interesting? Break out of jail. And I just thought that would be super cool and super interesting to see. And I want to say like, oh, they started dating. Yeah, they started dating. Well, they got out of jail. And then I figured that Bellona would be the one to propose, because Bellona is the sim with the charisma skill. Not the charisma skill, both of them have it. But she's the charismatic sim, so I feel like she'd be more comfortable doing that. So that's when I increased Grisel's athletic. And now we're going ahead and giving Bellona an athletic, giving her a high charisma. I also want to give her a high collecting skill, since she is a outdoorsy sim and loves outdoors. So I also gave her fishing and gardening, just because I thought like, oh, they were probably living from the land for a little bit also, since they had like run away from jail and they were trying to escape it. And I kind of like that canon for their household and how it's totally working. I just think that's very interesting. And then at this point, I'm still giving more. I look through their careers and see like, can I give them careers? And I just can't. I do remember this time to make the memories positive or negative. Their memories are only positive though. I know, no interest. They're just like, happy we got out of jail. We're dating now. We're engaged. It's cute. I'm not sure if they're a good couple though. I did go in and give them the like attractive company booklet, because I want them to be attracted to each other, but I'm not exactly sure if that translates to them being attracted to each other, or if just when you start the game they just have it. So they may not be like the one true pairing in your mind. Well, you'll have to figure it out when you play them. It'll be interesting. I'm not sure when their house will be built. Again, I don't know when the Robinsons' house will be built, but this Wednesday I will be coming out with the grocery store for this town that we're working on building. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, a comment does so much. If you don't want to do that, that's a-okay. And yeah, just watching does so much. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye-bye.